Are you ready to vote in the May 19th primary election? Your vote could help choose our next governor, U.S. representatives, state representatives, and senators, circuit court judges, metro president, metro auditor, and more, depending on where you live. You can find nonpartisan election information from the League of Women Voters of Portland at vote411.org and at lwvpdx.org. Your vote is your voice. Make it count. 503 Day is almost upon us, so get ready for the second annual 503 Day Block Party brought to you by the Ankeny Alley Association, PBOT, and CityCast Portland. On Sunday, May 3rd in downtown Portland's Ankeny Alley, the alley right between Southwest Ankeny and Southwest 3rd, we've got local vendors and artisans, performances from Thomas Lauderdale of Pink Martini, karaoke from Hell, a silent disco party, and an all-ages variety hour of some of Portland's best cabaret artists, plus some surprise guests. It's all free and all ages, but we still have a beer garden for those 21 and over. The party starts at 1 p.m. and ends at 6:03 p.m. Last year at 5:03 p.m., we had City Council members read an official proclamation making 503 Day a totally real holiday. This year, the mayor will be there to officially kick off the brand new Pink Light District. So bring your costumes, your hula hoops, your bubble machines, your tall bikes, whatever. This is an all-day celebration of everything wild, weird, and wonderful about Portland, and it won't be any fun without you. So see you there. This is CityCast Portland. I'm Claudia Meza, and this is what Portland's talking about. Today on CityCast Portland, we're talking about the push to develop a new entertainment district downtown, the uproar from the business community as the idea of a vacancy tax is explored in City Council, and will there soon be more in and outs than Burgervilles? Joining me are Chris Pink, owner of the Paris Theater, and our senior producer, Giulia Fiaoni. Thanks for being here, you two.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Of course. This is your first time on the show.
It is. This is exciting.
Yeah.
I love y'all.
Do you? Do you listen to the show?
Yes. It's amazing. It's the best.
Oh,
Literally. It really is. It's just so real. I just love it.
Sorry. Yeah, you're like, yeah, it's great. So before we jump into the news, I usually ask an opening question so any new listeners can get to know our guests a little better. And today, I want to know about a memorable event or moment where you felt really connected to Portland or just proud to live here. And I ask because 503 Day is almost here, which is going to be this Sunday. Oh my God, it's so soon. This Sunday, May 3rd, the Ankeny Alley Association is closing off part of Southwest 3rd and throwing a big block party to celebrate all that is Portland. You might remember that we created this totally real holiday on the show with all of you, our listeners. And this will be the second annual 503 Day block party. And we couldn't have come up with any of our crazy ideas or built any of that momentum without our listeners, and especially without the support of CityCast Portland Neighbors, which is our exclusive membership. I fooled you. This is a pitch. You only have 3 more days to become a CityCast Portland neighbor and help us continue growing this community that we're all creating together. You get a free gift, plus ad-free listening, and invites to member-only events like this 503 Day. We will have our first and possibly only, we'll see how it goes, live taping. And we made it an exclusive member-only event as a thank you for all their support. And they're helping us keep this podcast going. So we thought they deserved a little show. To join, hit up membership.citycast.fm, click on that pod icon, see the cool gift you'll be getting. And it's only $10 a month or $100 a year. It's about the price of a drip coffee and a pastry plus tip. I did the math for you. So if you could budget one of those extra treats a month, you could support this show. And that super cool and inspiring member pitch leads us back to the opening question. When was the last time you guys were just like, Portland, I freaking love you?
it always is like that too. It's like, oh, Portland, you did it again. Yeah. For me, it's always the Lads 500 at Lads Edition every year in Southeast. It is just the most joyful, whimsical, ridiculous event. It's so Portland. If you go there, you're bound to get handed a joint, a beer, a pickle on a stick, a handful of something mysterious. Yeah. Everybody's there to party, but in like the most like wholesome, sweet way. It's so welcoming. People are in costumes. You're riding around in circles in this like pretty wealthy neighborhood, kind of just like acting out and having a nice time on a Saturday afternoon. It's so near and dear to my heart. It makes me so proud to live here every year.
Yeah. What about you, Chris?
I think back to my very first fully formed memory of Portland was like, I think it was 2006 or 2007. And this sounds like really hokey, but we were with our performance troupe and we were standing outside of Dante's. We had, I don't know, a few drinks, maybe more than a few. And we were with our whole crew. We were standing outside of Dante's and we were looking at the Paris Theater thinking, Can is going to be there one day. And ever since then, I've just had this love affair with Portland and have been here sort of on and off since then over the last 20 years. And I fell in love with it then and haven't lost my love for it.
So what I'm hearing is that Portland made all your dreams come true. So that's wonderful.
I'm not even joking. It's literally true.
That's so sweet.
Oh, I appreciate both of your answers. Let's move on to the news. So at last year's 503 Day block party at 5:03 p.m., we had members of City Council on stage reading an official city proclamation, making 503 Day a totally real Portland holiday. And this year at 5:03 p.m., the mayor will be screwing in a pink light bulb, making the pink light district in downtown official. And Chris, as an owner of a participating business, the Paris Theater, of this new district, you're going to be explaining to everyone what this entertainment pink light district is and where it is exactly. We've talked about it on the show a couple times already, but like we haven't really given many details because we ourselves are just beginning to learn about it. So lay it on us. What is going on? Like, what is the landmass that is the pink light district? Like, is it just Ankeny Alley? Like, where's it from to where?
It's super, super easy. Big Pink to the water. Bam. Pine to Burnside.
Nice. So like the way I heard it, and it was so poetic, was from the pink petals of the cherry blossom trees to Big Pink, which I think was like, oh, that's so cool.
So cute.
So it's between Pine and Burnside, from NATO Parkway to like the Bancorp building where Big Pink is what I'm guessing,
exactly.
Right? So what does that mean? Does that mean like all the businesses, do they know they're now in the pink light district? Because I looked at the map and I'm seeing Enterprise Rent-A-Car. And I'm like,
oh my gosh, they are.
What are they doing?
They're only going to have pink cars.
That would be amazing.
Wouldn't that be incredible? I think the idea is, at least in my mind, and I'm sure this will evolve, but I think the idea for me was this is and has to be a grassroots effort, and it has to have sort of the lowest hanging fruit possibilities of being able to engage our community. So that's, people that live in Old Town, the businesses that sort of anything that exists in that zone. And I think the idea is, what can we do to sort of make this simple? You don't need to join a club. You don't need to buy anything. You don't sign up for anything. Screw a pink light bulb in your business, name a drink, something after the pink light. You're officially in the pink light district. But I think potentially the idea is that we are able to garnish enough participation with businesses and community. So when you come to the pink light district, it feels like it's a community built from the bottom up. So pink lights, pink planters, drink specials, food specials, pink cars. And I'll say this out loud. I was driving down the street the other day and I was looking at Big Pink, and they have all these incredible windows and it's such a beautiful landmark sitting there. It would be really easy to light up some windows in that space and just say pink light on the top of that building. I hope those folks are listening right now.
Well, let's talk about like what you're envisioning, because aside from, the thematic color of pink, what are some events that are going to happen at the Pink Light District? Because I know it's, Can or the Paris Theater, your business is one of the big proponents for it. Like, what are you hoping to accomplish?
It's sort of like a reimagined cultural quarter, and it's sort of inspired by, arts districts and other cities like the Gas Lamp in San Diego and other sort of arts-centric Capitol Hill and Seattle, mixed with sort of Pike Place Market, but it's sort of like inspired by arts districts across America. And it's connected by sort of this pink light identity, and then anchored by all of these treasured gathering places that already exist. So a historic theater, iconic restaurants, you've got Dan and Louie's, you've got Dante's, you've got new spaces, Madame Cooper's, you've got the new burger place across the way, you've got Shanghai Tunnel. So it sort of has the gathering places, historic theaters, restaurants, spaces, and then visitor destinations, obviously, Voodoo Donuts. And it's sort of like this idea of like, it's a walkable network of art, performance, live theater, music, food, drink, outdoor activations, and it's all seasonally planned.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious about these activations because that's what, to me, is the most exciting about this is the idea that you're able to maybe have a night market. Like you said, the Pike Market. And the thing about the Pike Market is it's not just a collection of businesses, it's a farmer's market. And like that thought of having kind of like a Saturday morning market, but more like at night sounds really cool. I don't know if you, I'm sure you know, Chris, but the night market goes gangbusters every time. It sells out. There is like a hunger for things to do at night, and Portland loves supporting vendors and food and like little speakeasies. In my head, when I heard about this, I was like, oh man, if that whole district just had that vibe, you know, and I know you're just building it out, that would be so cool. Like when I go to this district, it feels like an artsy Chinatown, you know, like there's just going to be something somewhere, everywhere. The streets are going to feel more walkable. And like, that's what I was imagining. Was that like what you were thinking?
Absolutely.
Or did I make all of that up?
No. We envision that to be a constant thing. So when you come to the Pink Light District, that's what it feels like. It feels like a activated market. You know, the idea of getting more feet on the street in that area and having this sort of a foundation of energy based on the spaces that already exist, and then inviting other businesses to come to the Pink Light District to be able to participate in such a thing. So this idea of every time you come to the Pink Light District, you can kind of choose your own adventure, and there are not only the businesses that are sort of the foundation, but also this thing that I'm calling right now is called, you know, the Creators Carnival. And it's this idea of, you know, super art-centric marketplace that sort of exists in tandem with performance and other activations.
That'd be awesome. Well, Chris, good luck with everything. We're so excited to hear about this coming together. This was, I think everyone's been thinking this at the same time, but it was something that I was hoping would manifest, was that area would just get, I said gayer, but like, this is close enough, you know?
No, I think with Pink, there's it's certainly a welcomingness and a disarming quality to that. And I think, I mean, to speak to that, I mean, please, gay business owners, we need you in the Pink Light District. We really do. It's lacking. That to me is one of the biggest missing components in that area. We need the LGBTQ plus community in that area and represented big time. So if anybody's hearing this, I want to talk to you and I want to figure out how to get you into the Pink Light District and open your small business and become part of the Pink Light District and help us grow this into something beautiful and inclusive and wonderful for both the area, for Old Town and Portland in general.
Nice. Well, thanks again, Chris. Let's take a quick break here. And when we come back, more city councilors are now looking into exploring a vacancy tax. And there's a lot of people that are not that happy about it. Hey, Hey Portland, what if this weekend you recentered yourself? Just a few hours away is Central Oregon, where fresh mountain air, sun-drenched rivers, and starry night skies are the backdrop to lasting memories. And whether you're immersing yourself in a wellness retreat or chasing mountain views on the trail, Central Oregon is where you can go for that much-needed reset. So pack the car, grab your people, and go where the pace slows and the sky opens wide. Because you're not just getting away, you're finding your center. Plan your weekend getaway at visitcentraloregon.com. That's visitcentraloregon.com. Hey, Claudia here, host of CityCast Portland. If you're a frequent listener of our show, you already know our mission is simple. We strive to make you more engaged neighbors because we believe that better neighbors make better cities. It really is that simple. And every day we're bringing you the local stories and conversations that help you feel more connected to our city. So when you become a CityCast Portland neighbor, you're investing in that mission. Plus, CityCast Portland neighbors get great benefits like ad-free listening, a weekly email rounding up curated local event picks, invitations to member-only events, and so much more. Sign up today for only $10 a month or $100 a year at membership.citycast.fm. That's membership.citycast.fm. And if you sign up during our member drive, you will receive a thank you gift, which is super cute. Thank you for listening. So we've actually talked about a vacancy tax on the show before. We've even had now City Council President Jamie Dunphy on the show to talk through some ideas he was exploring and to solicit feedback from the community. And if you don't know what it is, a vacancy tax is a fee imposed on residential or commercial properties left unoccupied for extended periods. Cities use these taxes to target blight, like shuttered storefronts, reduce vacancies, commercially and residentially, and to discourage speculation, meaning real estate investors that are coming in, buying cheaply when, the market's down, purposefully leaving properties empty, using that loss as a tax write-off, and then hoping to sell high once the market recovers, not contributing a single thing to the surrounding community. Now, what this tax won't target or fix are affordability issues. Studies show they don't necessarily make rent cheaper in the long run, but the fees collected could fund affordable housing and other types of affordability measures. So several U.S. cities have already implemented this vacancy tax, cities like San Francisco, Oakland, Berkeley, cities in Utah, Washington, D.C. There are also cities considering it, which include New York City, Honolulu, San Diego, Chicago. So this is a discussion that's being had in a lot of cities. And last June, City Councilor Samir Kanal added this note to the 2026 city budget requesting a study to provide projections for a possible tax or fee on vacant residential and commercial spaces. Basically, an exploration, kind of like what Councilor Jamie Dunphy was doing on the show, just sort of like having this conversation like, is this a good idea? And also like what specific issues the tax would target, because again, this tax just can't be like everything. It has to target a certain thing. Now, the Portland Business Journal wrote a story about it, and it caused a very spirited online response. And the Willamette Week did a deeper dive into the local effort of employing this tax and the community's response and just vacancy taxes in general and like how they're doing. And I'm going to link that in the show notes if you want to read up on it. And from what I could gather, it appears that only 3 councilors right now have come out as backing the idea. Jamie Dunphy, of course, Samir Kanal, and Candace Avalos. Dunphy told Willamette Week that he's motivated by the accounts he's heard of local owners sitting on derelict properties for tax purposes or in hope of securing higher paying tenants later on. He notes that public safety problems associated with vacant spaces kind of become a domino effect, causing more shuttered properties, which is, we've seen that. And Dunphy sees the tax as just one part of the incentive. He also envisions a revolving loan fund that would offer below market loans to people who want to activate retail spaces. Now, Jeff Swickard, the auto executive who recently bought Big Pink and who, by all accounts, is extremely invested in Portland's downtown revitalization, he also recently purchased the 19-story 200 Market building. So he's like doubled down in his downtown investment. His response to this whole idea is this: We are trying incredibly hard to find tenants, making insane deals and taking a lot of risk to do it. I promise a tax won't help us create demand for the space. And that's basically what we're hearing from the business community. They're just like, how is this tax going to increase demand? You know, like that's their thinking. It's like a simple economic reality where they're just like, taxes don't increase demand. So I'm just curious, like, what do you guys think, hearing what I just explained? Chris, I'm especially curious your thoughts as a downtown business owner. Like, do you think this is a viable option? Do you think it's a bunch of hooey? Like, what are your thoughts?
I think it's super complex. I think the theory, the idea of it's sort of an interesting thought and could be motivational for some landlords. I think there are folks that are taking advantage of, you know, tax things. But I think the other side of that are folks that, you know, that have tried to operate businesses in spaces, and due to the sort of climate that's happening downtown and around, it becomes impossible. I think the 10th window you have broken in front of your space, you start to lose a little bit of love for being in a particular neighborhood or space. I think a lot of that's been cleaned up by now, and there's so much progress in that way, but it makes it super complex because there are people that are sitting on their leases that have literally no choice because they can't or don't want to deal with the ramifications of being in a quote unquote up and coming neighborhood or an area that the city can't support. You know, if you can't call a police person and have them be at your space at a certain amount of time when an incident is happening, then and lives are at risk, I can see why that could be daunting for folks.
Yeah. I feel like the example that comes to mind was one that was in this Willamette Week article that you mentioned, Claudia. And it was one of someone in Portland who's been a long-time commercial property owner, actually owns the oldest commercial building in Portland and has already spent over $1 million to update the building to make it functional. But in order to bring it up to occupancy, he would have to spend another $1 million to make that happen. So in his mind, he already knows if there is going to be a vacancy tax, he's just going to have to pay it because there is no other way to pull off what would be required in order to avoid that tax. And I think what this shows me is that I have to admit, a vacancy tax really does excite me because I feel like the idea comes with the right intentions, but it's not going to be something where it can work as a one size fits all. I think there needs to be a more detailed approach and a way for folks to really, I don't know, have an opportunity to appeal if it doesn't feel like it's a fair tax, if the investment in the community is really truly there, but it's just not the right circumstances. There has to be more thought put into this because I think a lot of people will ultimately get pushed out. People with the right vision for Portland may get pushed out by this, which is concerning to me.
Yeah, and I think that's essentially what the exploration is I think all these counselors have communicated, like, we don't think this is a one-size-fits-all situation. We know that we have to figure out, you know, all of these contingencies and also what are the positive incentives. I believe City Councilor Jamie Dunphy described it as the carrot and the stick, and this would be the stick. And so, like, what's the carrot, you know? And he was like, yeah, maybe some loans to actually help. But it's like, yeah, but, you know, what I keep hearing from business owners is just like, yeah, but we kind of have to create a community or an environment where businesses could succeed. So less broken windows, less, you know, hypodermic needles on the floor, less open drug air markets. And the thing is that when it comes down to it, then it becomes circular. Is that more policing or is it awesome ideas like Chris has? Because study after study, more police does not make a city safer. What makes a city safer are actual people participating in that city, activating spaces. Crime literally does happen in the shadows, like the crime that like we consider a blight, you know, graffiti and broken windows, that kind of thing. You know, I'm not saying that we don't we need a police force, that we don't need more police officers. I wish we had beat cops, honestly. I feel like that makes the most sense to me. That is a community. That is a person who knows that neighborhood, who everyone knows who that person is. You know what I mean? I feel like that kind of is a bummer that we don't have beat cops. You know, I know, I get, you know, whatever. That's a whole other conversation. But this goes back to this discussion I was having with City Hall reporter Sophie Peel and Oregonian homeless and mental health reporter Lillian Monjo Hughes, that whenever we discuss these issues, it becomes a thing where it's like everybody's right. And we're just, do you know what I mean? Because I'm like, the business community has a point. City councilors have a point. We all have a point. So how make good, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who goes first with their right idea is what it is. And usually the answer is never correct for everybody.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, let's take a quick break here. And when we come back, the invasion of In-N-Outs. Good thing? It doesn't seem to matter what kind of vacancy tax we're going to have, because In-N-Out is going to be in Portland no matter what. It's creeping closer and closer.
You think so?
Yeah. Julia's got a little bit more on that.
Okay, so I dug around in some reporting by the Oregonian and Fox 12 for this one, but I'm announcing that last week an In-N-Out opened in Vancouver, Washington, less than a 25-minute drive from downtown Portland, making it the closest In-N-Out location to our city yet. This is the second Washington location after a spot opened in Ridgefield last summer. Prior to that, the closest location was out in Kaiser, Oregon, near Salem, about an hour away, but it's not going to stop there. Construction is almost done at the soon-to-be-open Hillsborough location just off Highway 26 in a shopping complex in the Tannisbourne neighborhood. And they're already eyeing locations for Beaverton, Gresham, and PDX Airport. So
I heard about the PDX Airport one.
A lot of movement on this right now. It seems like it was like, oh, In-N-Out's never coming to Portland, and now it's showing up all at once. I know folks have mixed feelings about this after all these years. One of the things that is usually the top complaint is that the traffic gets so bad around these locations. Even for the Hillsborough location, In-N-Out is working with city traffic engineers in the Oregon Department of Transportation to come up with a traffic migration plan, especially to make sure that emergency vehicles can still have access to those areas during business hours, which is insane. But again, mixed feelings about this. I do have my own personal connections to In-N-Out, having grown up in Southern California, but I want to open up the floor a little bit. How are y'all feeling about this?
Chris, are you from Seattle?
I'm originally from a place called Chattaroy, just outside of Spokane. I'm a farm boy. Yeah. But
so In-N-Out's a burger.
I don't get it. I literally...
You asked what is it?
Why are people so obsessed with it? I saw the line. It was like 9 miles long, and like we waited in the line. We did all the things. I got this burger, and I'm like, this thing is what this line is for. I do not get. I tried some things, and I was like, I do not get this. I'm so sorry. I am just not. Yeah.
What do you think? How do you think it compares to a Burgerville burger? Because I know Burgerville's from this area. I know like Washingtonians, especially the southern Washingtonians.
I like Burgerville. I mean, I tried
than In-N-Out?
Burgerville. 1,000% better than In-N-Out. Yes.
Oh, okay.
1,000%. Yes.
Juliet, what do you think as a lover of In-N-Out? I mean, didn't you actually like ask our listeners? Like, I'm curious what our readers and our listeners are saying about this.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to start with that, and then I'll share my own personal feelings about this, and even some tips for how to get the most out of In-N-Out, because I think there's a theory I have for why Oregonians get so disappointed after waiting for an hour in line for a burger. So this first comment is actually from one of our newsletter readers, MJQ. And they said, all caps, I love In-N-Out. I grew up in Los Angeles eating it and spent the last 15 years in New England where it didn't exist. And I'm so excited for the Vancouver and Hillsborough location. So again, little LA bias there. But we did get another note from a CityCast Portland newsletter reader. They wanted to stay anonymous, which I totally understand. This is a very contentious thing.
Oh, no.
And they said, I prefer for Portlanders to support and enjoy our local burger chefs and restaurants, and I proudly do. In parentheses, so long as the prices aren't insane, given I can barely afford to eat out these days. So real. In-N-Out burgers and fries are absolutely delicious, though. Can't argue with that. Please don't quote me, but I wanted to share since I used to live in Southern California and had lots of experience. I won't be going to either of these, though. They are too far, and I am car-free transit-only gal. Love that. Winky face. Basically, ... Yeah, we love Portland. Boo, California chains. So that's the final take on that one.
Just real quick, so you guys understand. A cheeseburger combo, we're talking French fries, medium drink, is $9. That's for a double burger. So if you're wondering what the appeal is, it's the price point for the food that you're getting, and also it tastes like actual food compared to let's say a McDonald's burger. Like a McDonald's burger, look, I know that the reason you like a McDonald's burger is the reason why some people like Taco Bell, but we all know that's not real food. We all know it. It's not, do you know what I mean? It's like a bag of Doritos. Like you're just like, there's no nutrients in here, but it's fun. And it brings me back to when I was a kid of some sort, In-N-Out actually does taste like a burger.
It's fresh ingredients, actually.
So I think that's the appeal, Chris, and the reason I was asking about Burgerville is because Burgerville, to me also, I'm just like, that's real food.
But so much more expensive, though.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But that's because they're sourcing locally. They're paying their workers a certain wage, though In-N-Out does have very high wages, FYI.
Yeah, they do.
That was a very desirable job when you were a teenager in LA because they were paying insane at that time. They were just $12, $15 an hour. That was what an engineer was making at the time.
And it's still like that. They have some of the most competitive fast food hourly pay wages. Some folks, honestly, who work at In-N-Out are making more than some teachers an hour in Oregon. Sincerely. If you really think about it that way, it's another reason why it's kind of pleasant to be there. People are pretty stoked about the work culture, which I always hesitate to say that because it always sounds kind of culty. But they're being taken care of. Another thing too is that they're open for a large part of the day. They open at 10 a.m. and they're open till 1 a.m. every evening and as late as 1:30 on the weekends, which when I was growing up in SoCal, that was the place to be late at night. You'd go with all your teenage friends and make the place a mess and then go home because there was nothing else to do. So I do have that nostalgic connection to it personally. But this is all to say, I'm not just going to rub my California raised points in your face. I do want to give Portlanders some tips on how to order there to get the most out of it. And I will say, everyone knows a Californian that they're maybe not so stoked about has moved to Portland. Ask them to take you to In-N-Out. Get them to do something for you. Get them to pay their I'm from California tax. You will have so much of a better experience. I know this because I took my partner who was born and raised here was very, very against In-N-Out. Now they actually really love it. So everyone knows the animal style burger, animal style fries. Basically, it's like a mustard grilled patty, grilled instead of raw onions, extra spread, pickles, whatever. Sure, that's a secret menu item, but it's really not that exciting. Some hacks I would suggest. They can do whole slices of onion grilled. You can ask them to put that on your burger. It's magical. I highly recommend it. Second tip for burgers specifically, get chopped hot chilies on your burger. If you're a spice gal,
hell yeah.
They put these pickled cascabella peppers on your burger. It's 10 times hotter than a pepperoncini, but same kind of pickled quality. It is a game changer. If you do that with a mustard fry patty, it makes the burger taste like something worth waiting for an hour. You have to do that. For the fries, you can get a regular fry. Folks are divided on that. Even In-N-Out fans don't super love their fries sometimes. You can ask them to put extra grilled onion and sauce at no extra cost on top of the fries, just to spice it up a little bit, and get them extra well done. That makes them a lot less soggy. And there is a fully loaded animal fries option where you get extra spread, extra grilled onions, raw chopped onion, ketchup, mustard, and sliced chilies. And it's the same price as the animal fries. So again, they're really I don't know, with the secret menu, they're encouraging you to kind of ball out a little bit. For drinks, there's a root beer float on the menu. You can get a Neapolitan shake with strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla. There's pink lemonade, Arnold Palmer's. but I'll leave you with my go-to order. And I really hope that folks try this out and write in and tell me how they like it. So I do a triple double, 3 meat, 2 cheese,
Damn,
mustard
girl.
fried, bun extra toasted, grilled onion and raw onion, extra lettuce, no tomato, and chopped chilies. It is like the freshest, juiciest, tastiest option.
I gotta say,
I
Giulia,
swear by it.
the extra lettuce is also, when you were saying all this, I was like, you got to do extra lettuce. Also, just a quick thing for those who do not eat bread, you can get all of this just in lettuce. I think they call it a caveman burger or whatever. Just ask for no bun. They know exactly what to do. And according to my girlfriend who always eats it that way, she says it's one of the best like lettuce burgers because they wrap it
protein
up.
style.
Protein style. There we go.
Yeah,
they wrap it up and it doesn't like fall everywhere. She's just like, it's like actually legit. Like it's a good burger. So she gets it. Sometimes she gets a double that way and it works really well for her. But Giulia,
no, it's pretty special.
Thank you for breaking down the special, because that's the thing is a lot of people don't know. All the stuff that she was saying, you guys, you will not find on the menu. You just have to know it's just the secret menu. When you look at their menu board, it's like a burger and fries. And that is it. You just have to know all this stuff. So I hope you wrote that down. But before we head out, I just wanted to quickly thank some of our newest members, Stephanie C, Aaron C, Veronica V, Ashley W. Again, you can become a member today for just $10 a month or $100 a year at membership.citycast.fm. So one of the cool things also when people sign up is they can leave a message, like why they signed up. And Anton M wrote, I became a member because I've become a daily listener on my commute to and from work, and because my friends and I got food at Thai Champa behind Union Jacks after hearing your rec, and we told the owner, and he was so excited and wrote down your podcast to check it out, and the whole moment felt so joyful and neighborly. CityCast Portland makes neighbors out of all of us in the city. Anton, that is so sweet. And that was
sweet.
That was Giulia's strip club Thai pick.
It is. It makes me so happy when I hear about folks actually going and trying these spots because they are like truly gems. Thank you for writing in and for becoming a neighbor. It really means so much to us.
Yeah, thank you. And Chris, thanks for joining the show and for letting us know a little bit more about Pink Light District. Just so you know, I am so 100% excited for it. And like, we're here if you guys need anything. If we could help in any way, we're down.
What an honor to get to hang out with y'all. Y'all are amazing and so excited to have y'all in the theater this weekend on Sunday.
Yeah, I can't wait.
We're doing a live, we'll see, show.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
That's all for today here on CityCast Portland. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed the show, share it with a friend, rate it, leave us an amazing review. And don't forget, you can support the show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Portland neighbor. Just visit membership.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more from around the city. Until then, see you at Slim's or at Ankeny Alley this Sunday, because we will be there, 503 day.
Yes.